Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, our topic this week is physical pain, habit mindfulness as a personal determinant of health. Oh my goodness, this one is a huge one. And I know that pain comes in all forms. It's emotional pain, there's psychological pain, but I really just want to focus on physical pain. And one of the things that I would want to start by saying is when you are feeling pain in your body, it doesn't matter where, you have to first and foremost identify the origins of that pain. Because even if it's a real pain where you were actually injured, you fell, somebody did something to you, you need to know the origins. It could be real, it could be transferred pain, which means that your pain could be originating from one area of your body, but it's manifesting elsewhere in your body, and you think that's the problem that you're having with that pain. The third one could be what we call sympathy pain. This is where you have feelings of physical and psychological symptoms of pain because somebody close to you spiritually has a connection and they're going through pain, or somebody um, you're witnessing going through pain and you start experiencing that same kind of pain. This usually happens with couples when somebody is pregnant and the husband feels whatever cravings, whatever pain that they're going through. But it also happens with people who are very spiritually connected. It could be a parent and child, it could be siblings, it could be in twins. We know definitely it occurs. But this pain is real as a blister on your on your mouth, or an ankle, fractured ankle. It's real because it's in your body. Then there's another one that I always pay attention to: pain from your environment. And what I usually say is this pain is associated with energy and wrong energy in your environment. And that manifestation of that pain could be brought about because you're around people of a negative energy that don't get along with you, that don't resonate with your spirit. It could be um, a workplace related pain. It could be school. You are in a school program or you are going to school, and whatever is going on in that school is creating and manifesting in physical pain. And then it could also be just being in a building, in a physical structure that has got bad energy that manifests in your body. And what I always want to say is when you are getting pain, don't ignore it, because pain is a communication signal system. When your body start experiencing manifestations of this pain, or it might not even be, and I'll tell you a story that happened to me where I started having a nosebleed. I never had nosebleeds in my life, but I started having nosebleed because of what was environmentally going on in my space that I had to take care of, and it was a signal that I needed to take care of it. And it started with headaches, and before I knew it, I was having a nosebleed. So, my first thing is understand that when you are experiencing physical pain, it's a communication signaling system, and it's trying to tell you something is not okay where you are. And there are several consequences. Of course, there is the actual agony of feeling pain. And then there are other manifestations, discomfort. With me, when I'm in a lot of pain, I get disoriented, I get nausea, some people get angry, nasty. there are other emotional manifestations that come as a result of physical pain, just misery and inability to focus on your daily living priorities. I mean, these are all consequences of health, and you might not think of them in terms of health, but they actually are health. They've got health outcomes that in the long run will be debilitating to you physically, emotionally, psychologically. So you need to take care of it. You need to address it. So I want to start with the solutions. One of the things that I've noticed is the this socialization that when you're talking about pain, people want to think, oh, you are a hypochondriac. You're afraid or it's not really happening. And I've talked especially with a lot of women because we are more expressive about our pain. And they say that, they go to clinicians, they go to doctors, and they're looking at them like you are imagining the pain, and they kind of feel some kind of shame. First of all, don't be shamed. Believe if you're feeling something real or imagined, address it. So, first thing is the solution that I want to share with you is listen to what your body is communicating, sorry. Locate the origins of the pain. Is it real? Is it transferred pain? Is it sympathy pain? Is it environmental? Or is it imagined? And then decide your course of action. A lot of times, we become used to the pain. That's why it becomes a habit. And you don't act on it. You can talk a lot about it, but you're not actively seeking to do something about it. So the obvious, which could be real pain, where you are actually feeling agony and you know it occurred because you fell, or if you're in an abusive situation, somebody beat you, or you had a car accident, or you had an injury at work. I mean, these are very obvious real pain because the origin came from something that was inflicted on the body. It could also be transferred pain, where you probably have chronic situations. It could be backache, it could be, um, um, you know, knees if you're a former athlete. I don't know. But the point is, if it's real and you know its origin or it's transferred to from one area to another in your body, I would always say is see a clinician, a specialist, a doctor, get treated and seek counseling or therapy as needed. Don't ignore it because the worst thing is to ignore pain that you have. And don't live on medication because this is why people will keep on taking medication and medication, and they're getting different cocktails of medication, and yet they never seem to heal. The pain, they live in chronic pain and they don't know what to do. There is something you can do in terms of actually going and retreating within. So ask yourself, what is my body communicating that the medication, the clinical medications are not helping? So you do need to go within to start looking for solutions because, yes, it might be real, but it can be alleviated by also changing certain habits, changing certain practices, and take weeding out things in your environment that is causing that real pain. Or it might have started with sympathy pain. Identify the person who you have a spiritual connection with. Like I said, it could be your parent, it could be your sibling. If you're a twin, it's even obvious. It could be your spouse. Identify who it is that you are mirroring your physical pain symptoms. And what I always say is when you identify, try to disengage. And actually, talking about it is another way of disengaging to the person who you're feeling the pain from. And disengage and go through a mental process of divorcing yourself from that connection, that spiritual connection. It doesn't mean you love them any less, or it doesn't mean that you're going to be not around them. But the fact that you are aware this is happening will actually mitigate actually some of the symptoms. And I was reading somewhere where they were saying that in the health field they don't believe in that, and it's actually got a name called, I think it was COVID, what is it called? Um, uh, co, co, um, anyway, I'll think of what actually it's called. Oh, COVID, COVID, COVID syndrome. Look it up. It actually exists in real life. In some cultures, if it's all based on empirical science to have pain, but actually in the spiritual world too, there is things that happen that causes your body to behave, because we are connected to other energies. So you are kindred spirits with other people. So you don't want to be in kindred pain, I call it, be in kindred pain. So deal with it and address it. The other pain, which is environmental pain, which I believe a lot of people suffer from, is triggered by bad energy in your environment. Bad energy from people, from work, from school, property, structures, you name it. If you find out that the origins of your pain is based on environmental triggers, get out. Don't be there, because you can sit there and be in pain, and then eventually it takes a toll. So isolate the triggers and weed them out. For me, I have become very good at weeding out people who create environmental pain in my life. And I've also analyzed how I navigate the world around me. I am an avid a practice of feng shui, by having balance in my home, in my environment. And it's very important because that's where I sleep. So I don't want to be having manifestations of environmental pain on my body. Finally, always be mindful. Take the time to be still, to listen to the body, and meditate. This allows you to heal from you within. And sometimes it's as simple as, some of these manifestations could be mind over matter, but sometimes they really need professional assistance to get them well. So I just want to say, believe in what I believe. The best solutions to health come from within. If nobody told you they love you today, I do. And brighten the corner where you are. Ciao, ciao.